Hello, my name is Zachary Williamson, and welcome back to Beat the Rake DFS. I'm here to break down a quick two-game EPL slate for tomorrow, Sunday, and it should be a fun one. Not as crazy as today. As you can see, we did have a decent slate. We did have Smith Rowe on sets there. He scored a goal, which is good. You got Sneakus in. He was awesome. Salah, 2 goals. You can't project Brighton and Burnley. Obviously, that was an insane game, but we did get Ziyech right here. James Ward-Prowse was okay. It was a pretty okay slate for what it was. This was a really fun game if you did watch it. As a Man U fan, I hated it. I hate Man City. And just the fact that Tottenham is chasing us for top four, and City couldn't do us a favor. But anyway, it was a fun game nonetheless. But we do have a two-game EPL slate, like I said, and it's aggregated start times. So we have one at 7 and one at 9:30 my time. So it should be 9 and I think 11:30. So there are strategies and ways to play a slate like this where it is split up. But we'll go start with the game breakdown. We've got Leeds at home to Man United. Now, Man U at home early on in the season whopped them like 5-0. Leeds played really open, and they haven't been great. They're dealing with a lot of injuries, mostly losing Calvin Phillips in that midfield was pretty significant for them. In this side, though, it's going to be Rafinha that probably has stats. Dan James' revenge narrative. He's looked really good up top. Like, he's not. And the thing with Dan James, real quick, depending on his price here, I think he should be okay. Yeah, so 5,900, probably pretty good. Maguire, if you see Harry Maguire in for Man U, which I expect, he is a slow oaf. So Dan James will probably hook himself to Harry Maguire and trying to get in behind him. Could cause some trouble for Man United because Dan James is really fast. But in this lineup, what I'm really looking for is maybe Rafinha, Dan James. Forshaw's okay always. Rodrigo is usually more expensive than what I want to play. Let's see. So yeah, Rodrigo at 6.5. Like, there's different price. There's better plays out there. But definitely I think playing Rafinha at 8,500 makes a lot of sense. Man, you give away a lot of sets. That's just what they do. And then Dan James as like a second forward option. And then looking at defense, there's no Stuart Dallas, I believe. I think he's out. So yeah, so he's ruled out. There's no Stuart Dallas. That's obviously someone normally you'd get to from Leeds. So no Stuart Dallas means that maybe you could take a shot at Luke Ayling at 4,200. But we'll see. That's kind of this side. I'm not a big Jack Harrison guy. I never have been. Elon Meslier is okay, man. You've been shooting a lot more. Obviously, we know they haven't been scoring a ton of goals, so that could work out. He's probably, I want to say, the cheapest goalie. Yeah, so he is. But there's another keeper there too that I really like. We'll see. So, yeah, like I said, short slate. So that's Leeds. Just to recap: Rafinha, Dan James, maybe play some Elon Meslier. You want to take a shot at Luke Ayling. That's kind of it for me. Not a big Leeds United guy, even at home against Man U. Man U, I do expect this to be the lineup. This is what they've been putting out. In this lineup, it'll be a split between Bruno Fernandes and Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw will have the majority of sets, but oddly, sometimes Bruno pulls rank. We have said Sancho takes some sets too. He's been taking these short corners. Basically, him and Bruno or him and Shaw are standing over it. And what that means is we're getting more crossing from him. Like you saw here, right here against Burnley, he had 4 crosses. This game, he got a goal. He's in really good form. Even against Brighton, he almost scored. So I do like Sancho at 5,800. I think there's ways to build with 3 forwards. He has midfield forward. Rafinha is midfield forward. So I'll probably play a lot of Sancho. But yeah, so he's not taking the corners per se. It's usually just short. And then what they'll try to do is, here, I'll annotate this. So they're over here, and Sancho will be right here. right at the corner flag, and then either Bruno or Shaw will be here, or on the other side, same thing. And then either Bruno or Shaw will be right here. And so what they've been doing is, okay, sorry, the annotate thing is messing up again. But so what they've been doing is one is sitting right here on the corners, and so it'll work it here, and then this guy will have a look to see if he crossed. If not, they work it up here. Yeah, they'll work it right here to here, and then this guy will either have a shot or put a cross in back post. But what that means is because Shaw is here, there's been a couple times where he's the one taking the corner. So not bad for a 2-game slate taking a shot at that. Paul Pogba ripped up Leeds the first time they played, and he's looked really good. Since he's returned, he's trying to get himself in the short window. 6,300, but you can see, I think he had like 3 assists, if it's even in the game. Yeah, look, 34, he had 4 assists, 5 shot. Like, he was insane, able to just annihilate. And that was when they had Calvin Phillips too. So I do like Paul Pogba on this slate as well. De Gea always gets a lot of shots. This game's going to be open. Leeds plays really open. Man U isn't the best in possession, so it'll be back and forth. It'll be a fun game. For like Delo at 4,900, maybe as like a last piece in, that makes sense. I'll probably have Luke Shaw or Tellez. We'll see who plays. I'll probably try to get Bruno Fernandes in. So definitely going to see how interesting it is to build lineups for all these on the slate. Not nearly as difficult as today. Wolverhampton Wanderers against their home to Leicester. This game's going to be really interesting. I really like this game just in general. It'll be fun. Like I said, we're going to have like an aggregated start time. Split start time. So we have our, am I even saying aggregated right? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to have 2 separate start times. That's what I'm going to say. You're going to have Rui Nori on sets. Maybe Podence take some. You'll see Neves take a couple. But it was mostly Rui Nori. They actually had a kid in there from their youth setup last week, and he's probably, where is he? Kundal. So if he's in, he actually took a couple sets over Nori. Look for that. But I don't expect him to be in. I think they go back to Dendonker. I think Giammattino's out with injury is why we've been seeing it. So he is fit, but we'll see. I'm not a big Giammattino guy. I know he had like a ceiling game there, but he scored 2 goals in his last 3 games. And like outside of that, like he hasn't had the monopoly of sets that we've seen him in the past. So probably pass on Chao, even if he's in. Pedro Neto is in. That'll be really interesting. I don't think he should be back, but he's nearing a return. And it'll be interesting to see who has set pieces once Pedro Neto is back, because last year towards the end of the season and occasionally throughout the season, we saw Neto take most of everything. In this lineup, I like Daniel Podence. You can maybe get a goal from Raul Jimenez. It's kind of what you need from him. Doesn't do a lot of floor. I'm a floor guy, so I never get to a lot of Jimenez. Trincao is one of my favorite options always with Wolves. He's always just a little underpriced at 4,800. He looks okay. Yeah, so Sace is taking direct, and Jose Sa is leading the EPL in saves right now. So he's always good. Not a Nelson Semedo guy. Some people tell you to do it. I usually avoid it. But yeah, from this lineup, I'll probably get to a lot of Nori, Daniel Podence, and maybe Trincao, and then just watch how this unfolds as like the second game. Because like I said, there is an advantage to leaving a little bit more on the table, so you can pivot around your lineup. I would never play, like, I'm gonna have at least 2 pieces from this game, outside of a goalie, maybe even, so I can maneuver around as the lineups come out. Because maybe say we get Kundal in here, and then I can go from Trincao to like James Madison or something like that. But okay, so he's not even projected to start. Leicester's lineup, if this is the case, it'll either be Tielemans or Dewsbury Hall on sets. And it's a pretty important thing. I think now, stay with me here. I think it's been Dewsbury Hall over Tielemans lately, but I haven't paid attention to Leicester. So yeah, let's do that. Sure, whatever. So Football Reference, free tool. It's a pretty easy way to come in and see for the big league games. But so it's been Madison almost over everything. So if you don't see Madison, if you see Madison, it would probably be Madison. But Tielemans is taken. But then we've seen Dewsbury Hall. Where is he? Dewsbury Hall took for an entire game, right? Against Liverpool, he took everything. So, and Tielemans has kind of been out of favor. Let's see. Europa probably won't have it. So we'll go here. See, I think, like I said, I think it was Madison who took everything in this game, but it's worth a shot to take a look, right? Madison and Dewsbury. Okay, so it was Dewsbury Hall after Madison subbed out. So if you see Tielemans and Dewsbury Hall, no Madison, it's going to be Keenan Dewsbury Hall that takes sets. So play it like that. Play like this is the lineup, and then if you got to pivot off of Dewsbury Hall to like a Neves, or maybe you put him in the utility and the how much is so Harvey Barnes is more expensive. But anyway, I'm gonna play it like this is the lineup, and I'll probably try to figure out a way to get her off of it. Like maybe we see Kundal, or maybe we see maybe I get to Neves, because Neves is cheap enough that if you play Dewsbury Hall, but that being said, like you can play Dewsbury Hall without sets. Like he did have a good game here, and only 2 of those crosses were set pieces. Right. So you can see, I think I like Keenan Dewsbury Hall at 4,600 as kind of like a sleeper, because I think a lot of people expect Tielemans to have sets. Schmeichel is going to be my favorite keeper on the slate. He just always gets a lot of saves. Great shot stopper. The Leicester D is Luke Thomas, really cheap. Not probably going to play Pereira at 5.7. If you see, so Justin's out. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, if you see Justin, he's always really cheap and okay. So yeah, it's kind of slate, guys. Let's build a quick skeleton here and move on. So the talking point of the slate is obviously going to be, if you're going to put Ronaldo in, I'm not going to start with him. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play 2 cheap forwards, right? I'll start there. And then maybe I'll play some Bruno Fernandes. And I'll put Schmeichel in. And then maybe I go Dewsbury Hall, because we liked him, right? Now it's starting to look like we can get a decent lineup in. See Shaw here. I don't think it'll be Tellez. Shaw is in favor, so. And then maybe play Nori. Can't get Rafinha. So that's close. That could have been like a really sweet lineup. But yeah, we'll see. Other than that, guys, good luck tomorrow. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Not a lot of content comes out for Sunday slates, so just trying to give you guys some extra stuff, and I really appreciate it. Other than that, guys, have yourselves a fantastic day, and good luck tomorrow.